rules, rules, guidelines, and processes designed to help protect employees. So all these are what makes up health, safety, and environment. You're looking at the aspect of health, the health of people, the safety of people and the environment, and the nature of the environment itself. So we are talking about HSE, we heard the word HSE. We are talking about the umbrella terms for the laws, for the rules, for the guidance. There are procedures for everything when it comes to health and safety, and processes designed to help protect employees. Employees not only in the construction industry, employees not only in the oil and gas industry. Every organization that has employees, no matter how low their risk is, even those that are sitting in the office, there is a safety issue. There are safety challenges that you also need to address. So health, safety, and environment is talking about the rules, the laws, the guidance, and processes designed to help protect the employees, to help protect or prevent damage to equipment, and to the public also, to protect the public and also to protect the environment from harm. This is one of the most beautiful definitions that I love to see, that I love to talk about. Umbrella term that talks about the rules, the laws, the guidance, the processes, the procedures designed to help protect the employees, designed to protect damage to equipment, and to protect the public and the environment at large. We're talking about health. You're talking about not only physical health, you're talking about physical health, psychological health, and mental health. That is why mental well-being is also an aspect of health and safety. So you will see some people, they will tell you that they are mental health professionals. It's still an aspect of health and safety. So safety is very wide, and we're still going to talk about it later. The protection of the body and the mind of the people from illness or the sickness resulting from the process, from what they are doing in their workplace, whatever they are doing in their workplace, to protect them from the illnesses and sickness that could come from their operations, from the material that they use, from the procedures, from their activities, from their daily activities in the workplace. It can be said to be the state of physical and emotional well-being. It is not even about absence of disease, because you might not have any disease, but you not be healthy. You might not have any disease, but you not be healthy. We're talking about mental well-being, talking about issue of burnout, issue of depression, issue of anxiety disorders, and so many of languishing suicide attempts. All these they have their relation to health, which is part of health, safety, and environment. That is why in recent times, you'll be seeing professionals in health and safety, they'll be talking about psychosocial risk, because it has to do with the mental well-being. It has been established that part of what affects workers most in the workplace and outside the workplace is their state of mental well-being. So this is a broad definition of what health and safety is all about. Let's talk about safety. You're talking about safety, you're talking about the protection of people from the physical injury. You're protecting them from the physical injury that they can encounter as a result of doing their jobs. Physical injury can be temporal and can be long-term. It can be immediate. Something falls on their head, they fell down from the stairs, or sitting down too much, and after so many years, they started having issues. Working on the screen on the screen for a long period of time, and at the end of the day, after 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, they started having issues with their eyes. Warding operation long term. So it is protection of people from their physical injury, both immediate and long term. So this health and safety, they are being used interchangeably, but there's a borderline within health and safety. And the two words are typically used together to indicate and show the concern for both physical injury, physical well-being, mental well-being of the individual and the workplace. It also involves the safety of the equipment and the environment at large. So if you are coming into the safety industry, you need to put this at the back of your mind. And anything that has to do with safety, health, safety, and the environment at large is what you should be focusing on. And there's also a trend in health and safety, which we must also talk about later in this discourse. Because safety is very wide, and depending on what you choose and where you want to operate. So let's talk about what are the basic duties of health and safety, health and environmental professionals. We need to talk about these basics for us to know where we are going to. To develop and implement and review health and safety procedures within the organization. Every organization have a procedure, they have a policy, they have a way they operate. To develop this is part of what you do as a safety professional. So if you know that you are not ready to develop documents, to develop procedures, to establish ways to champion creating guidelines for an organization, like a manager, like what a manager will do, like what the director will do, you will start doing it at the early stage of being a health and safety professionals. Monitor the implementation of approved health and safety plan, monitoring processes. That is why we say health and safety professionals are leaders. You are at the early stage of your career, you are already a leader because they expect you to be at the top of what you do. Provide health and safety trainings, carry out workplace inspection, looking around, looking out for people, looking out for your director. Be sure that everybody is safe in the workplace. You are their, you are like their guardian. Implementing environmental health safety related activities, reporting companies' health and safety performance, being able to monitor the process and seeing how the processes and seeing how the company is improving, how they are projecting in the workplace. Conduct regular services and system audits. Being able to carry out audit. There's also an aspect of health and safety that talks about audit. Talking about that's how you see our safety professionals, they will start going for ISO 9001, which is about quality, because they understand that safety cannot work in isolation. Quality management system, ISO 14001, environmental management system. Many also go for ISO 45001, which is operational health and safety management system auditing, to be able to audit their processes based on ISO standard. So you will see that there are a lot of space for safety professionals to operate. We are still going to talk about that. I'm just chipping in those ones gradually for me to be able to carry you along the storyline. So safety professionals can also be trained auditors, experts in auditing. Then also to prepare site safety operations procedures, facilitate risk assessment, conduct incident investigation. When there's an incident, you must be there. You must prevent incident, and if it happens, you must investigate it. There are so many tools that they use in incident investigation, which is similar to the risk management tools. So safety professionals that know how to carry out incident investigation using tools, various tools like the 5 Whys, like the Ishikawa, the fishbone, like bowtie, 4-tree, event tree. There are many tools and techniques that they use. Even we course under the switches model. Even all these tools, as long as they are being used in the health and safety industry, you can also apply those tools, those knowledge in other aspects of risk management. There are so many aspects of risk management: financial risk, social risk, safety risk, health risk. There are so many risk assessment that they do, risk management that they do. So it means that being able to build yourself in health and safety will give you that leverage to be able to work in every other industry that you find yourself. Because all what you need to become that expert in health and safety is what you will also apply in other industries. Conduct safety inductions and presenting health and safety management meetings and communicate health and safety information in the workplace. These are just basic understanding that I want to start before I go into the main discourse. Now, as a safety professionals, where can you work? You can work in so many industries. So many industries. Basically, people believe that construction and oil and gas. But there are so many aspects that you can work in, so many industries that we can work in. Construction industry, basically, everybody knows that. The oil and gas industry, the energy industry. The energy industry, there is high need for safety professionals in the energy industry. Talking like EKEDC, IKEDC, thermal station, IBEDC, all these distribution companies, and power generation companies too, not only distribution companies, power generation companies that generate power themselves. Then MEP, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing industries. Companies like OLAD, you can work there. They need safety professionals. Exploration and production, healthcare industries, you'll be surprised. Healthcare industry, why do they need safety professionals? They need it there. They need safety professionals in an organization that in a country that works very well. Every industry needs a safety professional, no matter how small, even if it's one. Pharmaceutical industry, like for example, they have safety professionals. Manufacturing industries, FMCGs, mining industry, the power industry, the various ministries, all the ministries that we have. At least there was a memo that was passed, I think, some months ago, that every MDA must have safety department. What does that tell you? There must be at least one safety officer in every ministry and every other setup in the public sector. Then the waste industry, obviously, there is need for safety professionals. Then the audit firms like KPMG, like the insurance industries, they need the advice and professionalism of health and safety professionals. So someone who studied something related to accounting, insurance, and also in health and safety, have knowledge of health and safety, can combine these two together to work in audit firms. Then the banking industry, at least we have banks that they have safety officers and safety managers. Then health and safety training firms, companies like Hybrid, companies like Vron, companies like Coda Safety, if they need safety training, safety professionals for training, they will engage. Consulting firms, even though I won't be talking about that aspect in this discourse about consultancy when it comes to health and safety, exactly for health, for young professionals, because there are a lot of myths about it, which I won't want to go to because of time in this discourse. The marine industry, the aviation industry, the transportation industry, the military industry. It's not that maybe they will send you to go and join what's it called? To go and join force to go and battle Boko Haram. But there are aspects of health and safety when it comes to military operations that your expertise will be needed. The banking industry, the insurance firms, telecommunication industry, petroleum industry, the fast-moving consumable goods industry, that's FMCG, and the risk management firms. There are a lot of industries that you can work as a safety professional. Now, the next question is, who can become a safety professional? As far as you have a national diploma, even as I've seen someone who has SSC, WAEC, just WAEC, is WAEC result, WAEC order, and is working in his own limit. But I believe that such person in the health and safety industry, the way the industry is being built, or the way the foundation of the industry is that there is no way you want to project yourself and progress in the industry, because there are a lot of opportunities to learn and improve in the industry. So national diploma, HND, MSc, PhD holder, with a basic academic background, you can pursue HS professional courses to further keep you more qualified for the profession. What is the purpose of education? All these things that I mentioned, ND, HND. Many people believe that if you have gone to school to study a particular course and you do not use that particular course as and you are unable to work in the profession relating to that particular course you study, you're a failure, which is not true. The purpose of education, or the purpose of academic, many people see it as academics. I see it as education. When going to school is not because I want to become a chemical engineer. Yeah, I wanted to become a chemical engineer, but there is more to going to school. Going to school, going through the process of getting that certificate is what makes you, it what builds you, not just that certificate. Like Ms. Bumi was talking about the assignment, she was talking about the attend punctuality. That's one of the elements of going to school for the serious-minded ones. The punctuality, the assignment, the impromptu assignment, the impromptu test, the project defense, the CWS defense, the IT defense, the examination, all those things. And for those that also were opportune to hold a leadership position in their various departments, in their various faculty, in their various schools, in their various, even at SOG level, those that were able to hold leadership position in their churches, in their mosque, in their MSS, a lot of programs within the Christian framework in school. Those leadership positions and what you are doing in school, combined with your own school activities and making sure you have a good result, those processes what builds you. And that is what is needed. That is the purpose of education. So if you studied chemical engineering or petroleum engineering, or you studied business administration, or you studied law, medicine and surgery, dentistry, and you are finding yourself in another path, What keeps you abreast is the fact that what the process of going through the school, what you have learned it is what you actually need. Is what you actually need to pivot your career in the health and safety industry and every other industry that you find yourself. The next question is, what is required? What makes you qualified in health and safety? The health and safety profession is very wide, and there are so many areas. There are so many areas in health, and it is very, very wide. We used to say to tell people something, the sky is enough for everyone to fly. Engineering, social science, management science, when it comes to the management aspect of activity of workplace processes, law, education, environmental science, nursing, security, risk management, and many others. It's always easy to become a professional in health and safety by choosing an area that is closer to your course of study. In as much as they can say that you can do anything. Someone that studied engineering is easier for him to work in the construction or oil and gas industry. For example, someone who studies civil engineering can be much more better if he focuses on construction safety in the construction industry because it's closer to what he studied. He can apply that knowledge to not only to look at for hazard, but also at the design phase of building, the design, because of his knowledge of civil engineering, together with him being a safety professional, he can be able to apply the two to become an expert and to give advice. Someone who studied chemical engineering can tailor himself towards process safety, which was actually my plan, to move towards process safety. That's why I did my process safety, Nebot process safety then. But I find myself working in every aspect because I'm a consultant. I can be called upon in any of this. A nursing graduate can become an optional health and safety, nurse. Someone who studied nursing can become an optional health and safety nurse. Decide to focus on nursing aspect alone. Health and safety nurse, we have them in various industries. And it goes on and it goes on and it goes on like that. You can also add yours in the chat room on what it relates. Someone who studied law, like Mrs. Bume, can decide to go for, there's this aspect of law, is it civil law or civil rights, to help those that are involved in injuries, accident in the workplace, litigation and or whatever they call it there. She knows better. She's only the next person here. So that is also a field, someone who studied law. So your course of study can guide you on the aspect of health and safety to focus on. Someone who studied, let's say, accounting, for example, can give advice when it comes to health and safety risk, the risk aspect, business risk, health and safety risk when it relates to business or the accounting profession. There are so many areas you can focus on as the case may be. I think I'm seeing a comment section, health and safety enforcement. Yes, thank you very much, man. That is very true. What is required? However, it is not a rigid process. With various health and safety trainings, certifications, and years of experience, with time, you can become an expert in this beauty profession. All you need is to start with the basic and grow in the field. Whatever aspect you want to choose, that's one beautiful thing about health and safety. You can pick a particular aspect and start growing in that aspect and start growing. If you want to become an auditor, want to work in an auditing firm, you can decide to go for auditing courses, ISO 5001 and other ISO courses, and blend them together. And before you know it, you become an ISO certified lead auditor. And with experience, you grow. If you want to become a process safety expert, we have those that are focused on process safety. Someone like Engineer Okudo Emmanuel is a process safety expert. Is a process safety expert that has focused on process safety. We have those that are focused on marine safety in the marine industry, that are focused on marine. That is where we have those that are focused on in the energy industry. So depending on where you want to focus on, that will now tailor you into what and what to do. But there are some that are generic. There are some generic courses that you can take. For example, the ISPON, which is basic for Nigeria, GHSC level 1, 2, and 3. GHSC, that is general HSC course, and the level 3 course for ISPON. There are so many other ones. You have advanced health certification. We have loss prevention certification, which is for process safety. Nebot process safety is for process safety. Nebot IGC is general for everyone who wants to go, who wants to advance, or maybe wants to travel out, or even here within Nigeria, we have companies that ask for IGC. Nebot National Certificate, which is for those in their own country. in the UK. Bosch Construction Safety, we have those that focus on construction. Bosch Oil and Gas Safety, Oil and Gas Certificate for those that focus on oil and gas. ISO Lead Auditor course. We have CSP, which is for those that are going to Canada and the likes, Certified Professional. Bosch Diploma, IOSH. See, there are so many. Some people who focus on trainer course, just become a trainer. Then we have what's it called? For those that want to go into food safety, maybe someone that studied food technology, or someone that studied microbiology, or someone that studied biochemistry, want to focus on food safety, an aspect of health and safety. You can go for HACCP, Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point Certification, which is also part of health and safety. In fact, in ISO auditing, we have what we call ISO, is it ISO 22001 or so, that focus on food safety. ISO 22000 that focus on, I think, food safety, which is this HACCP is also part of it. So you can pick that as your own, as the area you want to focus on. Fire safety is there. First aid certification is there. And we have CPT courses. There are some courses that are not designed to give you that certificate power, but they are designed to improve your knowledge and build your competency in health and safety. And build your competency in health and safety. What I mean is this: there are CPD courses. We have some, like for example, in Corridor Safety Consult, we have some technical safety courses. We have some technical safety courses that we focus on a particular aspect, because the truth is that many of these courses that we have highlighted here, they do them for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks. And the truth is that they have good curriculum, but because of the content, they rush it for 1 week, because they are professional courses. So they rush it between 1 week and 2 weeks. And the truth is that you can actually gain all the required knowledge within that 1 week or 2 weeks. That's why we have CPD courses that focus on some aspects and give you full detailed knowledge of those particular aspects, and also some aspects that are not even discussed in any of these courses. For example, safety data analysis. You hardly see them in any of these courses, but there are some CPD courses that focus on safety data analysis and other aspects like that that will focus on critical courses. For example, scaffold. They will focus on scaffold safety, work outside safety, confined space, electrical safety, risk investigation course. They are focused on not just for the certificate, but to give you detailed understanding of that particular course. Detailed understanding of that particular course. Someone asked about non-science related. Yeah, it's not compulsory that it's science related. Like we said, let me go to 2 slides back. We said, even with specific safety training, go for trainings. Even if you studied Yoruba, or you studied linguistics, you can still come into health and safety. You just need to spend your time studying more. Certifications, getting more certification and going into the training. And for someone like that who studied non-science related course, those CPDs will be good for you alongside the general certification that I've mentioned here. And with time, get years of experience, you can become an expert at any field, any aspect that you choose. Safety is very wide. Someone who is a communicator, who study mass communication or journalism, I want to come into health and safety, can pick a niche. Can pick a niche. Someone that study political science will still go to question and answer session, so that I will not mix up question and answer session with the class session now. For someone that study political science, you can start focusing on the laws. And building your competency around that region. And you can find yourself working in the Ministry of Labor and Employment, Department of Health and Safety, Factory Inspectorate Department. We just said it now that let us get to question and answer session. We can't be diverting the purpose of the class and start answering questions now. Let us spend our questions till then. And I just give a generic. A generic answer now, that no matter what you study, building yourself, training yourself, going for certification courses, Building yourself along that line will give you leverage. And before you know it, no matter what you studied, I also said it that what you study does not matter. But if you actually went to school and you came out with a certificate, it is not the certificate that really matters now. It is the process, what you learned, the soft skills and the hard skills that you learn in the process of going through that 4 years, 5 years in school is what makes you what you need to become a professional in health and safety and any other industry that you find yourself. Now, skills that are required, functional skills, being able to identify hazards, inspection, being able to learn how to inspect, having a third eye. I'm not talking about Illuminati eye now. Technical skills, for example, accident investigation skills. These are what you will learn in the process. Risk analysis, human relationship skills. There are some courses about risk management, risk analysis, incident investigation tools that will build your competence in understanding all these things. We have all those courses at Corridor Safety Consult, which I can even give at discount prices later. Now, what's this? Okay, thank you for that response, man. Then human relationship skills, behavioral-based safety, how to understand human behavior. You need to understand because you'll be dealing with human beings. Even if you are working in an automated industry where there are a lot of equipment, it's still the human being that will be relating, that will be managing those equipment. Human relationship skills, behavioral-based safety, communication skills, being able to train. You do a lot of talking in health and safety. You will talk. You will talk. If you are someone that knows how to use social media, how to use the internet, how to make short videos, you can leverage on this to talk about a lot of health and safety issues because health and safety is human related. It's something that everybody can relate with, even outside the workplace, in our various homes. You can build your competency around this aspect and you start seeing yourself growing in that profession. Communication skills, training, awareness, enlightenment, education. Then auditing skills, internal and external auditing. Now, what can you become in health and safety? You can become an HSE officer. We have HSE. You deal with health and safety. You can become QHSE. They are what we call QHS. Q is the quality aspect. Someone who had quality. So some companies, the way they structure the organization, at the end of the day, there will be a manager that will be managing health and safety, or a director that will be managing health, safety, and quality. So being able to add quality to your knowledge area and build yourself around it will give you leverage to be able to be a manager, to get into managerial level at directorate level, to manage different departments, because you are looking at health, you are looking at safety, you are looking at environment, you are looking at quality. So you'll be able to manage a whole lot of departments. Coordinator in health and safety, supervisor, the HSE manager, then safety specialist also. Then you can become a lead auditor in this field. You can become a process safety engineer. You can become a loss prevention engineer. You can become a safety engineer also. You can become a fire safety specialist. You can become a chemical safety specialist. You can focus on chemical safety alone. There are some that focus on fire safety alone. You can focus on scaffold safety. If you have love for scaffold, you can build a competency around scaffolding alone, scaffold safety. You can build your competency around equipment safety, equipment inspection. You'll be inspecting. There are some people that what they do now is they inspect equipment and they get paid for it. You can focus on first aid and CPR, site nurse. You can become a HSE trainer. If you are someone that studied mass communication journalism, or you study something related to social science, and you know how to relate, how to discuss, how to talk, how to motivate people, you can become a trainer. You can become the head of safety, crane inspection. Your focus can be on crane alone. Food safety, PPE. You can decide to venture into consultancy, PPE procurement. All what you focus on is PPE. I help companies to get PPEs. As simple as that. Someone who loves business, who studied maybe business management, and you just want to be a business person, you can look for areas in health and safety and start building the business aspect of it. Equipment inspection and safety consultancy, which I said I won't go into, because it's also a space that you can also leverage on. Now, I asked the question the first time: what motivates you to become to choose the safety industry? Now, the next question is, What motivates your decision to excellent performance? Because of time. Now, after we've talked about what we need to understand about health and safety, different individuals display the business virtue of excellence for various reasons. For being in a competitive industry, health and safety, I will tell you today, it's still at the stage where we still need professionals, even though they are still limited jobs. But we know you can basically say that we know ourselves. It's an industry that is so clogged together that the next person can see the next person. We basically see ourselves. We are not, I won't say we are not that much, but we are that space where everybody understand what is going on in the industry. So it's a competitive industry that you can also leverage on a particular aspect and build on it based on your personal skills that you have. Then individual aim for excellence. The individual aim for excellence will also push you. Because the truth is that if you are looking for a job that will pay you at the early stage of your career, then safety is not the industry for you to be in. You might be lucky, but safety is not the industry for you to be in. There is need for positive contribution to the overall growth of wherever you are. You need to add value. Safety is about value addition. Profile building. You need to build your profile in health and safety. That's why I said that there are so many niches that you can pick on. There is need for you to build your profile in health and safety. You actually need it because it's an industry that there are so many certifications. You see so many people, they write it, MNI safety, MISPON, GIOSH, F this, A this, U this, MTI, AIT. A lot of they will write, you will see it on their profile. Yes, it is good because you need to build your profile. But it's now in two phases. Either you can be the person that will just write your name simply, but you know what you have. You have built yourself, not just because you want to show that you have a certificate, but because you have built your knowledge base and technical base, and you are grounded enough in that field. Profile building is very important when it comes to health and safety. It's not a profession that you say that I've graduated and I've seen a job. Let's for example, and I'm not trying to undermine them. Obviously, you can't undermine them. Let's say someone who studied medicine and surgery. After studying medicine and surgery, you go to medical school for 1 year. I don't know what they call it, housemanship or whatever they call it. Then because you are a doctor, then you started working. You might not really need to start doing professional courses unless you want to do masters, PhD. I don't know. But in health and safety, you need to keep building yourself. You need to, even if you are, it's not, we're not talking about just doing courses now. Courses that are in line with what you need. Not just because you want to get a certificate, but because you need that knowledge. Capacity building. Aiming for salary increase is also very important. We won't shy away from it. It's also why people become excellent at what they do, because they want their next job to pay them better than their previous job. It's also part of it. You can't shy away from it. So that is also an important aspect. Have that aim. Now, what do I need to ensure that in the next few months or in the next 6 months, I'm able to get a particular job where I can communicate say that this is how much I want to collect. Aiming for promotion is also part of it. So these are what will help you to improve your performance. But we have a lot of challenge with we young professionals. We have a whole lot of challenge. We have a whole lot of challenge that affect us. At least the few years that I spent in the industry, I've seen so many issues of fear. And fear is the biggest disease. Fear is the biggest disease, and we are growing up with fear. We understand that the way the nation is now, and the way the nation is now, what we are experiencing is enough to have that fear. But we need to outgrow that fear. Many people are just walking in fear. That's why I see many professionals, everybody's just going out of the country. They're just going out of the country. It's an element of fear. We have those that are out of the country for the purpose, for real purpose. For real purpose, they have real reasons to advance their career, for their family, and for valid, very valid reasons. They say that this person, Nigeria is too small for you. Go out there and make use of your skills of what you have. So many people don't have anything. They are already leaving the country. And it's an element of fear. Fear of the known unknown and the unknown unknown. We need to eradicate that fear among we the youth. Because when you keep living in fear, you just see yourself doing this course. Let me do that. They are doing a Bosch. Let me go and do a Bosch. They are doing a president. Let me go and do it. They are doing a ISO. Let me go and do it. They are doing this course. Let me go and do it. You don't have a particular plan and direction for yourself. There is no specific plan, specific direction for yourself. You need to eradicate that fear and focus on what you want to achieve. Focus on having a plan in the next few years, in the next 2 years. After getting my 2 years experience, I will have got enough money to do my Bosch. From there, I want to tailor towards process safety. I want to start doing short videos, maybe once in a week or twice in a month, to enlighten people. I want to create a public space. I want to make sure that on a daily basis or twice or once in 2 days, I post on LinkedIn. You are having a direction. All these things are very important. Some people call it eye service, but that eye service, if that is what eye service means, you need to do that eye service in the health and safety industry. Because you need to be seen out there, not only seen, your value proposition must be out there. And the value must be seen and valued and weighed and see that, yes, this person has what to offer in the industry. I will tell you, most professionals are getting their jobs from LinkedIn. As simple as that, we see that LinkedIn. So we need to eradicate that fear, because when you are scared and you are living in fear, it won't give you the opportunity to think straight. And it's not only about health and safety alone, it's affecting the youth generally. So if you want to have a good career in health and safety, and you don't want to be jumping randomly, and just because in safety you can move randomly, someone like me, if you look at my CV, the highest I work in a particular company is 1 year, 8 months or so. I think 1 year, 8 months. You won't see me work in a particular, I was jumping. Was it as a result of fear? I can't really say. But I found myself jumping around. So there is need, yes, thank you for that, for confidence. Some professionals, their fear, it lies around lack of self-validation. They need people to validate them before they know that they are good. We'll still get to that. So fear is an element that you need to take away if you want to enter into the safety industry. Because in this safety industry, as small as it is, many people will criticize you. Many people will see you, will rubbish your efforts. And when that rubbishing and criticism now meets your fear that's already in your mind, then you will find yourself clogged and you don't know where to go again. Let's move ahead, please, because of time. The you factor is you for your own growth. It's about your own growth first. No matter what they say, let them say. If you have chosen a particular path, not everybody will like you. And that is and I'm saying this specifically because I know some of you will later be in this industry and you want to grow very well. You will see a lot of criticism. You will see a lot of criticism. It will come because in certain industry, everybody believes that is an expert. And many people don't believe that they can learn from others. So when you speak sometimes, exactly when you are out there and you are trying to give value, you'll be criticized. So you must be ready for it. If you want to go into the safety industry, you should be ready to give value because you must give value. And in the midst of giving value, there will be element of criticism. I'm telling you what you will see. And you should be able to handle that. But if you have allowed fear to overtake you, you won't be able to move in the health and safety industry. Your growth matters most. Focus on your own growth. Whatever you are doing, do it with all passion. Be consistent with it. Then you, for the team, you must have a team. Your team starts from your organization where you are working to those that you call your own kind of team that you work together. For example, Mrs. Bumi has created a kind of a team of people now. Sorry. Time for prayer. I've created a kind of a team for you. You need to have a team. You can't work in isolation. Your team can be only 2 of you. It can be 2 persons, it can be 3 persons, and it can be 50, it can be 30. But ensure that you screen who are those that will be with you. You can't work alone in isolation in health and safety. You need to work as a team, no matter how small. You need to have some kind of people that if they see you, then I'm seeing this person. If I'm seeing Mrs. Bumi when we was in Nigeria, if I'm seeing Mrs. Bumi, I'm seeing Da Silva. If I'm seeing Da Silva, I'm seeing someone else. I know the triangle, I know the square or whatever, or petag or whatever. There's a connection. You need to have your own people. not for not like a gang, but that team is needed to push you ahead. Then because you for the result, it's your result that matters most. Your growth and your team will define your result. What are you building when you are doing all this? You are building capacity. Ifeanyi said that nothing gets transformed in your life until your mind is transformed. You need to transform yourself. How do you transform? You need to transform your mind by using the plan, the do, the check, and the act. I won't dwell too much on this. You're planning for your future, planning for what you want to achieve, planning for your goals. Having a daily plan, a weekly plan, a monthly plan, a yearly plan about your activities. Okay, this year, I want to do so number of courses. I want to learn about this. This year, I want to channel myself into this. If you have a particular soft skill that I think that, like someone like me, I realized very early in my career that I love to educate, that I love to speak, I love to talk. Then I started doing my short videos. That is where consulting comes in. Even though my short videos now, if you still go online, you maximum that the highest that you, apart from those some videos that went really got like 2,000-3,000 likes, averagely you will see 100, 150. But I'm not bothered about 150 views, or I said likes, views, not even likes now. I'll see 100, 150 views. But averagely, I'm not bothered because it is what I want to do. It is my own goal, my own growth that is in my mind, and not what people will say. And not what maybe people that viewed it. My first video, maybe till now, maybe 3 or 4 views. You still go and say they're still on my YouTube. If you have a particular skill, there's someone that knows how to, many of us, especially ladies now, we know how to use TikTok. There was a lady there in health and safety, I've forgotten her name, before she traveled out. She knows how to use TikTok, and she was using that TikTok for safety videos to enlighten people. Safety talk, safety short 31-minute video. And because of that, she was getting known. You need to become known, and if you have a skill that can push you out there, you need to utilize it and make it materialize for your own personal growth. You need to plan, you need to do, you need to check what you are doing to be sure that you are meeting up with your goals, and you need to act if there's any differences in your planned goals. Because of time, I've started rushing it. So the PDCA cycle, we call it the PDCA, the plan, the do, the check, and the act. You see it everywhere. It's a process-based approach, but we'll not dwell into it too much because of time. But the bottom line is you plan, you do. When you do, mean that you are doing what you plan, then you check to see that what you are planning to do is what you are doing. And the last one, you act. If there's any changes, you adjust and ensure that you are still in line with your growth and your goal. Then continuous self-development. What you lack in talent can be made up with desire, hustle, and giving a 110% at all times. Continuous development, consistency at whatever you do. Whatever you want to achieve, be continuous, be consistent about it. Your growth is very, very important. You might not do this, let us move on. Now, for long-term successes in the health and safety industry, like I said, it's very wide. You must have an integrated approach that requires, for long-term success, an integrated approach requires sustained leadership commitment. Sustained leadership commitment. You must put yourself in the position of a leader. At the early stage, you must be a leader, because even at the minimum, you'll be supervising those that are working, the operators, even the manager, you'll be supervising everybody. Supervising them, you are checking what they are doing. You are already trying, it means that maybe they are not doing something right, that you need to correct them. So it means that there's something that is perceived that you can do, that you need to correct them. Definitely, you're already a leader in health and safety. At the early stage, you're automatically a leader. So you must have that leadership commitment and adaptability to global challenges while preferring sustainable solutions. This takes me to the area of sustainability, ESG, environment, social, and governance. That is where the world is going to now. Health and safety has an element of ESG under social, meaning that in health and safety, there is an element of continuous growth. There's an element of continuous growth in what you are doing in health and safety. You can't say that you are into health and safety alone, and that's all. Mrs. Bumi is here. We are both handle training on mental well-being. Even at the time when we did not even believe that we could handle that kind of a training. That is what they call global challenges. What is happening in the world now? Then as a safety professional, how can you come in? What is your own role in the global challenge? And how can you prefer solution? What is your own addition? What do you need to learn to move on? Because you need to move on with the tide in health and safety. You don't get stuck in a particular aspect. Let's move on because of time. What are the 5 major drivers of adaptability and resilience? Active learning. You need to keep learning every day in health and safety. Safety is so beautiful that, especially in Nigeria here, we have seminars. We have different webinars, different seminars, different short videos. Everybody is doing one thing or the other, which is what they're talking about. You need to be in that space. Active learning at all times. Don't seminars. Ayosh is doing a seminar, join it. Ispan is doing seminar, join it. Even I myself, I do seminars. I do it. Normally, I used to do it every week, but sometimes I get busy, maybe twice in a month or whatever. But we do consistent safety seminars, topics. Join and learn. We invite people to speak. Strengthen personal adaptability and resilience. Deepen your connections. You need to build connections. Connection of good people. Have good mentors. They talk about mentors. I have another discussion about mentors on the zone. I don't want to waste time here because they are mentors and they are mentors. There are mentors that want you to grow regardless, but there are some that they want you to grow, but the growth must be under them. And there are some they don't want you to grow. So know your mentors and know your mentors, so that your mentor will not become your mentor. Don't let us go into that. So deepen your connection, build good connections, build valid connections with people. Someone like Mr. Engineer Christopher Inyang, I think I saw him here the other time. I love that man because you will see him virtually everywhere. You will see Mr. Christopher Inyang, Dr. Engineer Christopher Inyang, almost everywhere. He's building connection. Even with that, I've not seen him. I don't know if you've seen physically before, but I have that perception of there's somebody called Engineer Christopher Inyang, and so many others that you always see their presence there. Create adaptable teams. Have a good connection of people that you keep moving together. Reinforce with purpose. Have a purpose. What do you want to achieve? Continue reinforcing your interest in the field, because at some time you will get tired. I remember when I was tired then, my friend Tosin Alawala, I will keep talking about that guy. He gave me an advert I will never forget in my life. He said, Waliu, preparedness plus opportunity is equal to success. But do you know one beautiful thing? Opportunity will always come, but are you prepared for the opportunity? Preparing is what we are talking about now. To keep preparing at every single opportunity that you have. Keep preparing. That opportunity will come one day. That opportunity will come one day. Preparedness plus opportunity is what gives you success with prayers. In conclusion, blend talent. Your talent, what you know that is your talent, that everybody has different talents. My own talent, I can train. I can deliver training. I can manage. I can lead. I know. It's not that they tell me. And it's not an issue of ego or pride. It's what I know that I can do. And people have said that I can do. I can establish. I can organize. We have our setting the pace early this year, January. People never believed that. Even I didn't believe that it could turn out like that. We are having our 2.0 by God's grace in January, setting the pace, the way forward. It's for professionals. And we have invited our speaker and we are working on it. These are ideas that will just come in maybe even when you are having your bath, when you are having your shower. Is it shower or shower? I don't know what people call it. You just see the idea, that idea will just pop up into your mind. It might be when you are sleeping, it might be when you are thinking of something. Write it down. Blend your talent, your social skill. If you have any social skill, blend it together with your profession. If you are the type that know how to edit, start making short videos and editing. If you know how to do data analysis, start knowing how to blend it together. Your talent, any talent that you have, blend the social skill, blend it with your profession. Wait for no one. There's no time. The best time is now. The best time is now. Wait for no one. Don't let anybody be the basis for you to make your own life decision. You can learn from experience. Learn from their experience, but wait for no one. Build connection. I keep talking about connections. Build valid connection. Then build self-development, self-validation. One of the issues that some people have is that they believe that it's only if some people validate them, that is when they are actually what they are. Don't kill yourself with external validation. Until this person says that I'm good or I'm worthy, then definitely I'm worthy. If the person says no, I'm not. If the person decides not to talk to me again, or is having issues with me because of the decision that I make, then I'm useless in life. That is not good. Have self-validation. Look at yourself in the industry. Look at whatever you have achieved. Plan your goals. That is how you can move. But if not, if you're waiting for some people to validate you, and if they don't validate you, you start becoming depressed, then you are not ready. Because the truth is that they would make steps for you to be depressed. Start rough. Start early. Start anyhow. Don't start till you are ready. The truth is that you'll never be ready. Start now. Whatever you think that you can do to put you out there, whatever you think that you can do to get you what you desire, based on your talent, your knowledge, your certification, your schooling, your social skills, and whatever you can add together, start now. Start that it is rough. If you go and watch my first video, even my last video is not still good enough, but go and compare my first video with my last video that I did. Why was I doing the video? Was I doing the video because I wanted them to give me money? No. Was I doing the video because of YouTube money? No. I've been doing the video since like 2018 or so. I think it is now 4 or 5 years. Was I doing the video for validation? No. Why was I doing the video? To impact. Impact is very important. To spread the knowledge out there. To spread the knowledge out there. Start rough. Don't say that you want to start until everything is right. It will never be right. Start rough. Start early and start anyhow. Just start. Preparation of opportunities go to source. I'll talk about that. Then never give up. Don't give up. And sometimes you get tired. Rest, relax, refresh, and start again. It can be tiring in health and safety industry. It can be tiring. But don't give up. Keep pushing till you are able to figure it out. Until you're able to figure it out, keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep doing your best. We are all work in progress. Nobody is there yet. We are all work in progress. We are still striving. We are still pushing. It's not just about building your own wealth. It is about building the nation, building the country. There is no, even when we go out there, we'll still come back to our country. We are still Africans. We are still Nigerians. It's about building the nation, giving value to the nation, building a home, building a society, and being of positive influence wherever we are. And with this, you will be able to, having this at the back of your mind, we will be able to push you through the different challenges that you might face in the health and safety industry. I know we are not there yet. I know we are all still struggling. I know we are still pushing, but I wish us the best. And I will always say, see you at the top. Thank you, and God bless you. Over to you, Ms. Bumi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Waliu. While we are looking at the chat room for any question or anyone who wants to ask a question, I just want to pass some comments about everything that I've heard. And knowing Mr. Waliu on having a leg in the safety industry, I want to tell you something. Every encounter you have in this life, from my personal experience, is not a waste. It's for a purpose. And you do not treat it as a waste. Living life in intentionality is very important. I came into safety because my dad was an icon in safety. He introduced me into safety. I was a lawyer. I moved into HR somehow because I got the opportunity to, with some places I worked. And I found the relevance of safety in what I did. And I can tell you for a fact that safety was part of the thing, was part of the skills, my skill in understanding safety laws and regulation, the inadequacies and all that, and helping workplace accident victims were actually part of the thing that, you know, created opportunities for me, the kind of opportunities I'm enjoying where I am right now. Not just safety, these things Mr. Waliu has mentioned applies to every industry. Everything you are doing in life as a young graduate, you have to be intentional in your career journey, in your success journey. When I moved into HR, I did this CIPM certification. That was in 2018. I've been thinking of doing it for years because I kept being pushed in HR rules, HR and legal rules. I did the exam, but I did not know that this was the exam that I would need later on to move into Canada. That was the only certificate I needed when I did. That's a very long story. I wouldn't want to delve into that, but I would just tell you for as a summary, like my HR certification, I decided to do just that 1 minute decision and taking advantage of it was one thing. Then I have a certification in safety. I just did it during the lockdown. Oh, what can I do? What value can I add to myself? That certification in safety equipped me to be able to do the job I did with Waliu when Mr. Adegoke, when he called me to join him in some management safety training. I was able to deliver. I was just a trainer like him. It was that course that actually helped me. So I would say everything you're exposed to, don't take it for granted. Young graduates, take it very seriously. If you're in your mid-level career, live your career life, your career journey, live it with intentionality. I'm not there yet. I'm still on the journey. And there's something that Waliu does that connects us. As we go up, we pull people up with us. It will take you to places you don't expect. I mentioned this in the first session. I was selected among 50 women globally, 50 women in the world, to be on a program, an Hillary Clinton leadership program. Why was this? What happened? What led to this? It was a recognition of my work. The little work I was doing on social media, little works like this, all put together, was recognized, and I was selected among millions of women in Nigeria, millions of women in Africa. That's just a starting point for me. I've not gotten to where I'm going yet, but as I'm going, I'm pulling other people up with me. And this is what, I mean, this has been my own success story, my career success story. And I'm saying to you that if you adopt these strategies that Mr. Waliu has stated out concerning safety, if you apply it even in your field, your industry, it will work for you. And talking about safety, safety is also an enhancement. If you're a manager in any corporation, you're a leader in any corporation, having a basic knowledge of safety is very important. In fact, in developed worlds, if you are applying for jobs, if you have anything in HSC on your CV, on your resume, something as little as managing safely or whatever it is, or something in auditing safety, you are hot cake. It's an enhancement to your career. So do not think that this session is not something, because you are not of a science background. There's nothing like that. Management, social sciences, arts, you all need safety. Safety is life. Life is safety. There's a need to always ensure safety and health and safety in the workplace. If you are not strong, if you are not healthy, if the workplace is not safe, if you are open to hazard, injuries, I mean, it affects manpower. You cannot be at work. So what's the essence of work without safety? So this is the essence. And, you all need this knowledge. You all need even the attitude that he projected, the things he talked about. You all need to grasp it and understand it and use it in whichever area or field that you have chosen, and it will help you. So I want to say kudos to you for attending this session. I want to say you did yourself a lot of good. I want to say I'm looking forward to you attending other sessions. There are other sessions in November. Every Saturday in November at 5 p.m., we'll be having other sessions that will help you to start your career in a very successful way, in the workplace. We have sessions on emotional intelligence in the workplace where you can even come in and talk about issues that you are confronting, that is confronting you in your workplace. If you are you've had 1 year experience, or even in your job application, you can talk about it, and this facilitator we help. We'll also be in our next session, on our next Saturday session, I think is on is on preparing yourself for your first interview. Acing your first interview is something that you need. A lot of you have been applying for jobs, you've been getting feedbacks, you've been invited for interviews, some have not been successful. It's time for you to understand what you've not been doing right, and you can do right. So I would say you shouldn't miss that session for next Saturday. We have another section on Sunday, the 19th. That will be the last Sunday of the month. And it will be on Microsoft Excel for beginners. We know that there are some people in some areas, like when I finished from law school, I did not see Excel as something that I needed. I had to learn it on my own. And there are a lot of people that, don't understand the need for Excel in the workplace. And employers request for it as a skill. So you could take advantage of that session. A lot of sessions like that are not for free. You want to take advantage, you'll be able to ask the trainer questions. Even if you are a user of Excel and you're not so perfect at it, you can ask questions and she'll be able to put you through. So these are all the sessions that we have ahead. And I would really like to see you every Saturday every Saturday in November, 5 p.m. And one Sunday left in November, one Sunday, that's 19th of November, 5 p.m. for the Microsoft Excel training for beginners. So thank you very much. And I don't know, I can see some things in the chat. I can see, thank you so much, sir. I'm looking for, if there's any question, you can raise your hand if we haven't seen your question or we have overlooked it or something. You can raise your hand and ask your question, and you can unmute yourself. I guess most of the questions have been answered during the training. Mr. Waliu, I want to thank you once again. I want to thank you specially. You've been a friend of the house. We've been in this journey together, and it's been an awesome journey with people like you, with team like you. I want to thank my Getwork Nigeria Dream partners. There are a lot of them here, and they are very instrumental to, you know, the participants we have for today and even yesterday. So I want to recognize them. I want to say thank you very much for being a voice to your community of young graduates. And I want to say that we can do more, we can do better. Spread the word. We shouldn't leave it at this. Go out there, be on social media, tell young graduates community, this is happening. You need to learn. You need to learn from these people. It becomes very easy for you. Seize these opportunities. So I think that together, when we build this community of, you know, mentored Getwork Nigerian graduates, then we are building a community, we are building a workforce of well-equipped youths that will transform our work environment in Nigeria. That is the vision. And I thank you for sharing with me in this vision. I can see Aderonke's hand up. Please, can you unmute yourself?
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Waliu. Thank you so much. Thank you for the insights. I was really blessed. I learned a whole lot. But I have a question. You spoke about safety data analysis and NEBOSH. So I know NEBOSH is quite expensive, but knowing you now and having you on this platform, I know you can help. But I just want to know, I just want to share more, to explain more on safety data analysis and NEBOSH certification. I'm actually interested. So how do I go about it?
Okay. It's something straightforward. If you want to do NEBOSH, training centers. Unfortunately, we don't do NEBOSH at Federal City Consult. But I think NEBOSH should be around, I had it around 400 or so. It's quite very expensive now due to dollar inflation and the likes. But I think it's around 400 or 450. I can't really give a definite amount. With hybrid though, I don't know of any other place. So if you want to go about it, it's just for you to register. Register with any industry. I said industry, any company that is doing it, like hybrid, like what's it called? I think Ron is doing it too. I think so some of them that they do all these NEBOSH courses. I know of hybrid very well, and I can only speak about that because that is where I've done most of my NEBOSH courses. So that does it. I think it's around 450 or so.
Okay, yeah, I know hybrid too. And that's why I said it's expensive. I know hybrid. But you mentioned safety data analysis. Yes, like, I'm hearing that for the first time. Like, what's it really all about?
Okay, safety data analysis, like we said, safety industry is very wide. When you, in safety, we deal with data also. We deal with data. Data, for example, data of when you have unsafe acts, unsafe conditions, near misses, injuries, first aid cases. When you have good practices, you have programs for trainings, you have program for trainings, for inspections, and you have all this as records. But at the end of the day, they become data. So data analysis is how you are able to create a kind of Excel, like she was talking about Excel, on Excel dashboard. Mostly we use Excel dashboard in order to utilize this data to interpret the meaning of this data so that you'll be able to understand the trends and pattern of what is happening in your organization. You're able to see if you are improving in safety or if you are having, if you need to put in some more effort with regards to health and safety. So safety data analysis is a training that would equip you on what are those aspects of safety data that you need to look out for, and how can you use Excel simple techniques, simple Excel techniques in order to utilize some safety dashboard that have been created so that you'll be able to use it in your organization to impute your safety data, your records of activities, and to show progression on how you are improving in your safety culture based on the objective of safety that you have set for yourself in the organization.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Lastly, sorry, last question. You mentioned that MDAs need to have safety. They need to have safety operators or safety professionals. Now, I work with a government office. How do you think we can actually initiate this? What do you think we need? Which of the health safety course do you think one should start with to build a profile?
The thing is, number one, it's a memo that was passed. And I believe that in the memo, they will have established the processes to do it. So which just simply means that they should have a safety department. So having a safety department can be at least one safety officer, and anybody that they want to select to be safety officer should meet up with the requirement. At least in Nigeria, our safety course is ISPON, GHSC, and level 3. ISPON course. So someone that wants to be a safety professional in Nigeria, I think I omitted that the last time when I was talking, you must have basically at least ISPON GHSC, that is general HSC, and level 3. So in your own industry, in your own organization, you can advise that such person to take that course and should be put in that position, and also to go for more trainings to know what exactly is his roles and responsibility. But roles and responsibility has been stated in this thing already.
Okay, ISPON. Okay, I'm being ISPON. But what about I know HSC is in 3 categories: 1, 2, 3. HSC 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the person has to do all 3, or just focus on 1.
Now, yes, HSC is a general term. HS level, HS 1, 3 is just like GS 1, 2, and 3. Or let's say 100 level, 200 level, 300 level. The question is, which organization is actually, or which school is it doing that GS1, GS2, GS3? Which school is it doing that within 100 level, 200 level, 300 level? So that's why you see so many of these companies, so many of these organizations, they'll say they are doing training, they will go to, what's it called? They will go to NYC camp. You just want to give those guys certificates. You will, at the end of the day, if you now start knowing, now gonna look at the certificate, now look at what kind of thing is this? Just a waste of money. Because they just use that one, they just write HS 1, 2, and 3. The most important thing is which organization is handling that training. If it's a CPD course, like other safety courses that we do CPD, we call it CBT, we do safety data analysis, CPD, incident investigation, CPD, deficit analysis, CPD. We do some CPD courses just for your own improvement, for you to know about those courses in detail. And we don't call that GHSC level 1, level 2, level 3, unless you present it to an organization like maybe ISPON or NISFTE, and they accredit it and call it level 1, level 2, level 3. If not that, we don't call it that. So to cut the whole story short, I'm just giving you an insight into what to go about it. When it comes to HSC level 1, level 2, level 3, in ISPON, the GHSC is level 1 and level 2. The combined level 1, level 2. Someone who finished from who graduated from what's it called? University graduate, who is the university graduate or polytechnic graduate, doesn't need to do level 1. We will just do GHSC and level 3. It is someone who has WAEC that will have to do level 1. I think someone who has ND2, you have to do level 1, level 2, and level 3. But if you are a graduate of university or polytechnic, and you have your HND or BSc or Masters, you will just do GHSC and level 3. Simple. For ISPON. ISPON is the one that is recognized. The other ones, so WSO is doing 1, 2, and 3. Yes. But when it comes to Nigeria here, what you need to do is ISPON.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other question, please?
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Waliu. Please, do we have any other question? If you have a question, seize this opportunity to ask every question that you have. If not, I would assume that everyone is satisfied. So if you are satisfied, you don't have a question, just drop in the comment section. I am satisfied. I am satisfied. That was a rich session from Mr. Waliu. We really appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for pouring out. Okay, I think there's a question. Who's that? Okay, John. John, please unmute your mic and ask your question.
Okay,
right.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Waliu, thank you for your message so far. And I think I'm opportune to be in this group. So I have a little challenge about 2 to 3 weeks ago. So I had an interview as an HSC trainee in an organization. So when I got there, though I don't have a field experience and I didn't put field experience on my CV, but I showcase what I'm capable of doing, like hazard identification, accident investigation, and risk assessment based on what I've been taught in some trainings I've passed through, So the HR was like, okay, my CV looked like I have an experience from an organization. So both of us were trying to figure it out. I said, no, I was being trained from under ISPON, I was being trained under Ayush, and these are the things I can do. So now, when I think the HR was not impressed about that. And when I got home, I called some of my friends. I said, look at what I went through and this. So they were like advising me that, okay, I would have even put it there that I work with so company, I work with so. So the question I want to ask is it advisable to like, put it on your CV that you've had this kind of experience? Because I realize that this company, they don't want to employ someone who doesn't have experience at all. And this is me trying to go into a new career, which I feel is also a technical work. And that's why I'm taking safety as a career. So is it advisable, or what will you advise me to do in this kind of situation whereby I have zero experience and I'm trying to push through into the industry and they are putting it on me? Some people are saying that maybe I could lie on my CV that yes, I had a work experience. So what will be your advice, sir? Thank you.
All right. Number one, there are different opportunities. When you apply for jobs, they will have stated what they want. There are jobs that they will tell you that they want someone who is a fresher. They will tell you intern, safety intern. So in that case, if you know you don't have experience, you go for what suits you. A company cannot say that they need someone with 2 years experience and you don't have experience and you went there. If you have experience that relates to maybe to what you are doing before, and you believe that you can defend yourself, you can put it there. For example, when I was doing my IT then, I did my IT at Dangote Cement. And when I did my IT, we were called process technicians. But now look at what we do. When we go around to inspect, we inspect the silos, we inspect what's it called? We inspect the preheaters, the kiln, we check for the temperature to ensure that they are still within the working temperature, working pressure. We check the preheaters for leakages, for any other thing, and we also check some equipment. So we do most of inspection and we also operate. within the operating procedure. So there is a whole element. There is a whole element of truth when I say that I work as a process technician, in bracket, safety experience. It shows that I had experience in safety when working as a process technician. If that is not there, if that is not the case, you don't need to lie. The opportunities for freshers who will just come to start their career, and they will engage you, they will train you for 6 months, and after 6 months, you will start to work with them. So when the company says that they need 3 years experience and you don't have experience, I don't know, but I don't think it's ideal. You shouldn't go for such opportunities. So you won't just waste your time. But if you feel like you can convince them, if you can convince them that you can handle the job and you don't have experience and you say the truth, and if they are convinced enough, they can get you. But don't lie on what you don't have on your CV.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Waliu, for that detailed response. I believe you are satisfied, John. Do not put experiences you didn't have in your CV. Yeah, that's something to take home. That's indeed something to take home. Thank you so much. So I would ask again, does any other person have a question before we call it a night? Okay. I'm trying to see any hands up. Okay. All right. So I would assume that everyone is satisfied. I lack words to appreciate our speaker tonight. Thank you so much, Mr. Waliu. That was indeed an enlightening and impactful session we've just experienced. And it is with great pleasure and gratitude that I say to you this evening, thank you so much, sir. Mr. Waliu's presentation on how to create a successful career in safety was nothing short of exceptional. I must confess that his insights, his expertise, and the practical advices he shared with us, they are undoubtedly invaluable to our mission as Getwork Nigeria, and I believe that it will leave an indelible impact on the lives of everyone that has attended this morning. So, as an organization committed to empowering young graduates, we want to say a big thank you to you, Mr. Waliu, for showing up tonight. Please, can we celebrate our guests in the comment section? Let's accept our most sincere gratitude to Mr. Waliu for taking time to enlighten us today on how to begin a successful career in safety. So we really appreciate your dedication and how you shared your knowledge and how you have helped everyone tonight. We really appreciate your speech. Has not only inspired us, but has also provided us with essential tools to navigate in the safety market. And I believe that from tonight, a lot of persons in this room will begin to navigate and perhaps build capacity in this field. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you. Please make some noise in the comment section and celebrate our speaker. Come on. I want to see your emojis in the comment section. We are grateful for that insight, for those insights rather. Please celebrate our speaker. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Sarada. Thank you, Mr. Waliu Adegoke. I would definitely follow up on LinkedIn and ensure that I connect with you. You can do the same. Everyone, check him out on LinkedIn and connect. I believe that you're going to gain so much value. If this one session can be this rich and impactful, I wonder how following him over time would build our capacities. We love you, sir, and we honor you. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Hello, everyone. How was the session tonight? I told you it was going to be so much fire in the room, and I believe that you felt the heat. I did. I gained so much value, and I'm super excited and delightful to be here tonight. I would like to call on just 2 people because our time is fast spent to share with me what points stood out for them. And others, please do well to type in the comment section what points stood out for you in the whole session so far. So I would call on Adegoke Adeola. Okay, sir, you want to say something?
Can I exit now because I need to take some?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are free to exit now.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
so much.
you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. So yeah, our speaker just left. So come on, share with me what you learned tonight. What points stood out for you in the session tonight? Self-validation. That's so beautiful. That's really beautiful. That's so beautiful. All right. I want to hear more from you guys. I want to hear more from you guys. We're rounding up in a couple of minutes, and I sincerely appreciate you all for your commitment and for showing up tonight. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? So thank you so much for showing up tonight. Please, I want to encourage you to do well to talk about Getwork Nigeria to everyone around you. You see, sometimes we see impact as something that must be big, as organizing a conference, reaching out to people, spending hundreds of thousands or even millions of naira. But we kind most times we undervalue what impact can be. Impact can be as little as offering somebody a glass of water. Impact can be as little as helping someone fix a challenge that they have. Impact can be as little as inviting someone to a conference will transform their lives. So it's so unfortunate that we focus on the big things and we forget the small things that we can do to impact our world. I want to encourage you tonight to be that person of impact by sharing and talking about this conference to someone in your network, one or two persons, and make an impact in their lives. There's somebody in your network that should be here. Do well to share these links with them. Go to our WhatsApp group. You would find the WhatsApp link. If you need anything, of course, feel very free to ask in the WhatsApp group. All right. So please do well to share. It costs you nothing. Like this general actor that would say, it does not bite. All right. Sharing the links, talking about it to people would not remove anything from you. It will only add more value to you. So I want to make a special shout out to Wemi Sola for the detailed. She shared everything we did here on our status yesterday, and that is really important. That is really beautiful, and I want to personally celebrate you, Grammy. That's amazing. Well done, and thank you. I look forward to having all that share on their social media handles too. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, I can see that Emmanuel is saying my takeaway is having a learning intention, a plan of how you want to build your career. Of course, that's very important. Having a career leader, a projection of what you're going to in your career is very important, and not just projecting, but working towards it systematically. It makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for your response. John Aloro says overcoming your fear. Yes, very important. I like that. Thank you so much, everyone. I believe we all had a beautiful learning session. Our next session comes up next week, Saturday, and I look forward to hosting you again. I hope that by that time you would have brought in a whole good number of your friends to the room. Thank you very much. Have a blessed night rest and a beautiful week ahead. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Bye.
Hmm?